Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be looking at Zai's Razor. This is obviously a hero that's incredibly strong in this current patch, and so much so to the point where Liquid is actually first picking this hero twice in a row against OG and winning both of the games. On top of that, one thing I want to note is kind of the general skill build gameplay that you're going to be going over. And so yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at how Zai absolutely dominates OG with this hero. And by the way, he was relatively counterpicked. Now, I will say that I was surprised to see that OG went for the lanes that they did. What I mean by that is CK is sort of a Razor counter, and the reason why is Razor does not like being run at level 1 and 2 previous to level 2 static link, because the scaling on static link nearly doubles in terms of the damage drain rate. On top of that, the buff duration goes up and the link duration goes up, so it nearly is a doubling of damage on the static link, a very important spike for this hero. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally, with the gameleap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like actually you want to become much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the gameleap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. Now, they ended up picking PL for OG, which I was kind of surprised about, because I think PL is just a horrible hero. I understand why they do it. It's like a pretty good PL game if it can come online, but it's a very easy lane, and let's talk about how to lane as Razor. So the first thing to note about Razor is your hero does not want to take static link almost ever at level 1, and the reason why is it causes you to drag the creep wave, because when you static link someone, you auto attack them. When you auto attack them, the creep's running you. When you get run at by creeps as a 3 armor 290 movement speed ranged hero, you take a lot of damage. Don't fall into this trap. Instead, do what Zai does here, which is takes his Q, pulls the wave back, right? You're going to see he's going to draw aggro to allow him to CS, because frankly, this hero's biggest weakness, especially early on, is the fact that he's a ranged hero and he's slow, but most importantly, the fact that you have like no base damage. So you have to play very careful in the early levels. Do not overextend. Don't play to try to solo kill them. Play for the later levels, and you're going to do very well. And that is why you should take your Q every lane to secure the range creep. Now, we do end up seeing a very early kill from Zai here, and this largely has to do with the fact that he kind of just found the Wyvern out of position. The Wyvern specifically just had his Arctic burn end, so this was kind of just a good recognition from Zai that, hey, Misha doesn't have his most important spell, Boxy is able to wrap around on the clockwork, and they're able to get a really nice kill onto the Wyvern without committing into the creep wave. And that's really the key thing there. So as long as you can get that idea down, which is pull a lot of creep aggro, play back, play around your Q, and just in general be defensive, you're going to do much better. Now, in terms of your early items, you want to go what Zai goes for here, which is a Wraith Pan, Salve, Stick. You have to buy your own Salve now as a side lane core. I can't believe there's still people, still core players, who are like expecting their support to give them a Salve. Like, guys, you are way behind in terms of the meta. You have to buy yourself a Salve in the majority of lanes, especially as an aggressive hero like Razor. After that, you're going to see a Stick. On top of that, he's going to end up going for a Bassi for very clear reasons. Your hero needs a lot of mana, and I mean a lot of mana. So you really need to make sure that you're buying these items. On top of that, the Wraith Band is great because it gives you attack speed and armor that you desperately need. And now immediately on his level 3 spike, we're going to see him turn up here and kill off the Winter Wyvern. And this is kind of the name of the game for Razor in general. If you play defensive enough and you save your health for level 3, you're going to get kills, whether or not it's on the carry or the support. It doesn't really matter. It kind of just depends on whether or not the carry can disengage the link. If they can't, for instance, if it's a hero like Bloodseeker or something like a Wraith King, and they are having a hard time to get rid of the link, then it's generally better to link the carry and pressure them out of the lane so that they can't last hit either. So in terms of your upcoming skill build, you're going to max your Q. The reason why is your W really peaks at level 2, and then from there, it's not that it's a bad spell, but you're actually a lot better off just focusing on kind of clearing the wave and playing for your own farm. Razor, of course, is a hero that can pressure as the levels go on, but the issue with this, or the idea of pressuring as Razor, is your hero can be ganked quite easily, right? And so you have to be really, really careful. Now, we do end up seeing a crazy play from Zai here. And this is mainly because he's just dominating his lane. He was able to get a pretty good link onto the PL here, stealing about 70 damage or 61 damage. And that actually enables him to dive the tower. But this also happens because he had a major wand, which is why you have to buy this item, and the salve from earlier, which he didn't have to use right away. And as a result, with his ulti, he's able to actually sort of chase down this PL and Wyvern and pick up a double kill onto the two. And this is the thing about the Razor. If you get that kill at level 3, right, all you need is one kill. If you can get that kill at level 3, it's going to transition into you hitting level 6 first, and then that level 6 will allow you to dominate even harder. So basically the gist is your hero is extremely snowbally. We're going to see them chain gank the PL here, and when your Q is maxed out on Razor, you're actually one of the scariest heroes in Dota because it is a 360 damage nuke on a 10-second cooldown that slows for 40%, which is insane, right? It's not that long of a slow duration, but it's long enough. Considering you can hit them twice, it's definitely long enough. And this hero really just pops off at this point in the game. Now, what Zai does next is how you snowball. Don't make the game complicated. I cannot stress this enough. Do not make the game complicated. As you'll see here, he's going to look to take this wave, and he pops his ulti to farm. Please use your ulti to farm. On top of that, he's going to use his Q to kill off the small camp. Actually hits 2 camps at the same time, which is incredibly efficient. And with the ulti, you actually jungle incredibly quickly. If you don't use it, you're one of the worst junglers in the game, and your hero can feel like a bot and very inefficient. Don't fall into that trap. Now, in terms of making moves on the map and killing people, we're going to see a nice rotation from Zai here. He ended up getting kicked out of the bottom side of the map, had a TP base, but you're going to see what he wants to do is get to a lane. So he ends up running towards top, primarily with the idea, in my opinion, of just farming. Thankfully for them, they actually end up bumping into the Chaos Knight, and the thing is, if once again you manage to have had a really successful early game, your hero shreds at this point, right? You're going to see Amar, a very tanky Chaos Knight, stands no chance against the minus armor from Razor's ultimate, and he absolutely shreds him. Now, in terms of Razor as well, a couple things to note about this hero that a lot of people don't understand is Eye of the Storm hits the lowest health target. So when you're farming creeps, it's pretty important that you hit the low HP creep and just kill it as fast as you can. Now, when you have BKB, of course, this is the time where you come online. He gets his BKB at a staggering 14 minutes into the game here, which is insane. By the way, keep in mind that he bought a Windlace. I just wanted to note this because I think this is one of the best items in Dota that people don't buy for some reason. No one buys Windlace. I have no idea. Movement speed is insanely broken in Dota. There's not a lot of ways to get bonus movement speed. Part of the reason why I think Drums is honestly just a straight up broken item. I can't believe that. I mean, even though the item has become popular as of late, I can't believe it's still not as popular as I think it should be. Either way, getting back into the point, when you have your BKB, you can start to look to play an aggressive part of the map. Keep in mind, you still need an initiator to generally enable your static link and ulti, so don't overforce too hard, but as you can see here, they get a clean jump onto BCM. Honestly think he maybe could have BKB'd the Blinding Light just to guarantee a key kill. But yeah, when you have this BKB, you want to look to get active, look to take the fights, and most importantly, just don't initiate. Please don't initiate. You're going to 1v9 the game as Razor 9 times out of 10 if you just have a little bit of discipline. What I mean by that is essentially if your hero goes in second, you're going to kill everyone because you're going to get off a full duration static link and isolate people with your ultimate because you didn't get focused. Now we end up seeing a pretty crazy item build from Zai here. Definitely not what I would have necessarily expected, but he buys a Blink Dagger. Also keep in mind he actually sold his Bassi over the Windlace. So if that doesn't prove to you how much players like Zai value the bonus movement speed, I don't know what will. On top of that, the bonus movement speed you get from Windlace is amped by his passive, right? The Storm Surge, it actually amps it. Now let's quickly talk about talents. He takes plasma field damage at level 10. This is 60 bonus damage, not 30 because it hits twice, and then takes 14 strength, clearly seeing himself as some sort of a frontliner. Honestly, I think because he had a Clock, Monkey, and Tiny, quite a bit of initiation this game, he maybe could have gone the greedy route and went for the Static Link Steal, which is honestly a pretty good talent. It can get you like 60 bonus damage, which is, it is a lot if you get a full duration link, then it's quite good. But ends up getting a Blink Dagger this game, chases down the Caudal, onto the Skywrath next, and yeah, you just shred heroes when Eye of the Storm is active. He hasn't even had to use his BKB yet. And just for a bit of perspective on his gameplay this game, especially with a Blink Dagger, he really has the capability to shove side lanes and get extremely active. But you'll see with this plasma field talent, the hero actually, really eviscerates creep waves. You farm incredibly quickly, and while you do have to sit around and kind of hit every creep individually, you'll see that, this hero can also shove the dead lane very safely, right? You're one of those heroes that can split push quite well. You don't take the towers, but you can kill the waves from a safe area. Now he ends up going for a bit of a psychotic play here, but it works out, and it goes to show what happens when you have a 5-level advantage over the enemy carry. Which is honestly not that uncommon. You'd be surprised because of how good a Razor actually is. I mean, to be fair, he's 10-0-10 with 160 CS a minute 19, but either way, he finds the real one. Honestly, one of the reasons why Razor is actually not that bad of a PL counter, if he doesn't get lucky on his doppel, your Link actually stays on him throughout the doppel, and you can figure out which one is real, and basically remove all his damage and kill him off. And yeah, unfortunately this game doesn't go much longer than this, but in terms of items, I just want you guys to keep in mind, the most standard build that you're going to see is a refresher with BKB because you get double Eye of the Storm, double BKB, which is a pretty OP timing with your level 20 talent, the Eye of the Storm strike interval. But other than that, you kind of just want to build tank items. He decides to not go refresher this game. I think basically what he saw his job as is jump the peel with static link if he knows which one is real and stay alive, which is what his build allows him to do against so much physical damage, even Wyvern ulti. And on top of that, he's against so many illusions, so the Shivas is like, it's a perfect Shivas game, right? It's heal reduction against Wyvern E, heal reduction against Illuminate, heal reduction against CK passive, and then of course just attack speed and movement speed slow, primarily against illusions. That's the main reason why he's gonna buy it, of course. And yeah, that's gonna be about the end of today's video, as unfortunately his team wipes OG, even without him even being in the area, which was definitely something. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.